What it do, y'all? Welcome back to the Mic Check Podcast. This is T Word, the People's Champ. Thanks for tapping in. Today we're talking about Stephen Fulton and Inoue in their upcoming Super Bantamweight matchup on July 25th in Japan. But before we get into this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. We're a few watch hours away from our subscriber and watch hour goal. So please tap in, jump on the playlist, let that thing run for a little bit, catch up on the coverage on this fight and the major fight coming up July 29th. Now, let's get into it. So, everybody that follows boxing already knows cool boy Stephen Fulton, the monster Inoue, jumping in that ring, and they're going to settle the score on July 25th in the wee hours of the morning for us here in the States. That time that the match starts going to range anywhere from 4 a.m. on the West Coast all the way to about 8 a.m. on the East Coast. So, we all going to get up early and we're going to watch this and support boxing in a major way. It's going to be on ESPN Plus, so be sure to tune in so we could come back here and talk about it, right? But that being said, there's been a little bit of controversy that's come up in the days leading up to the fight. In fact, this just came out on Friday, U.S. time. The coach for Stephen Fulton expressed some concerns in the press conference that the hand wrapping that's used for Inoue is something that they don't believe is correct. It's creating an unfair advantage. It's making like a plaster effect. And just to describe it in short terms, they're putting tape directly on the skin near the wrist and over the fore part of the fist, but not actually on the knuckles. Now, you can imagine that this might create some controversy because you would think that when sweat starts to get into that tape, it's going to harden and become stronger, which kind of increases impact. So there is a legitimate concern. However, the part of the hand that's getting that tape is not the part that makes contact with the other boxer. So it's not necessarily an advantage. Now, I do see where when you put it around the wrist, it can stabilize and allow a fighter to punch harder and actually work through an injury because it creates a cast effect around the wrist. So I do see where that's a little dicey, but it's not actually uncommon. If you look into some of the athletic commissions, including the Boxing Commission in Japan, the Boxing Commission in New York, as well as the Athletic Commission in Nevada, they all have slightly different rules on what's called stacking, which is putting tape at the bottom, the gauze over the top, and then more tape to close the gauze off. If you look at Nevada, they don't allow tape directly on the skin. If you look at New York, they don't disallow it. If you look at Japan, it's actually allowed, but all of them have a consensus on you can't put it over the knuckles. So it's kind of a last minute, why would you say it now type of situation. But at the same time, if you're a coach, your number one job is to prepare and protect your fighter. That's what you do. So if you have any concerns, you want to bring attention to something that could potentially hurt your fighter. As to clear up something about Inoue having a similar situation in the previous fight, according to Rachel Donaire, wife of the Filipino Flash, Nonito Donaire, they looked at Inoue's hand wraps and they expressed some concerns about the stacking, and they said we'd allow it if we're allowed to do the same thing. And so that's the story of how that happened in that fight. There's some rumors saying that Donaire wanted it, so Inoue agreed. No, it's the other way around. And it didn't matter in the outcome. He actually lost him twice. First time, lost a decision. Next time, he lost to the monster via knockout. So all of that to say, it may be much ado about nothing, but it's definitely creating additional sizzle around the fight because now people want to see, is he going to hit him hard and is it going to change the fact? Or what if Fulton has never done this and he does it and suddenly has power? Are people going to question, is it the wraps? Is it something different? More to come on this, man. We just got to keep watching, get locked in for the fight. Don't forget, early Tuesday morning, set your alarm clocks as early as you can so you could be up and ready before you go to work or on your way to work or what have you. You can have this thing rocking on the box. But this has been T for the Mic Check Podcast. We'll love to get your thoughts. Until the next time, I'm out. Peace, y'all.